Today we're going to take a look at the Kramer Tape Machine plugin by Waves. And I'm going to show you all the different things that you can use it for in your recording.
True Sound Studios is in your ears.
Okay, so we have our Waves Kramer Tape Machine pulled up here. And the first thing we're going to take a look at is how versatile this thing is first we're going to put it on some acoustic guitar. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the tape speed to kind of round out the high end. You're going to hear a decrease in the treble, the brightness of this acoustic. So, you know, a flip of a button, but essentially what it's doing is by decreasing the tape speed, you're not cramming as much information on there. And one of the things that you kind of lose is a little bit of that brightness, some of that like top end. And so this is great, you know, on maybe snare drums and claps and things that are just too bright and you just kind of want to, you know, get that little bit more warmth out of a track, whatever it may be. So that's the first thing that I use the tape machine for. The next thing we're going to do is on a female vocal tape, because there's actually the tape heads are down here on a real tape machine. And there's three different tape heads. There's the record, there's the play, the record, and the erase. I believe that's how it goes. But there's actually a physical difference in between all three tape heads in time. So because of that, there's actually a delay. And what we can do is you can actually use this as a delay module. And you can see you got feedback and delay time over here. So we'll start adding this.
Say you will go far to love me still. I can feel it burning in the thrill of the fire. Dance in desire, waiting for my heart to answer.
And obviously you can make it a little bit more subtle.
Say you will go far to love me still. I can feel it burning in the thrill of the fire. Dance in desire, waiting for my heart to answer.
So I think that's really cool. You know, it's obviously a very unique sounding delay, mainly because of, you know, essentially what an actual tape machine really does. And then there's also the slapback.
Say you will go far to love me still. I can feel it burning in the thrill of the fire. Dance in desire.
So just, you know, a different type of delay. And, you know, so that's great for, once again, vocals. I like to do it on vocals instead of using, you know, a delay plugin, you know, especially if you're looking for a little more of a unique sound. You can use the tape machine for that. So now we will go with our male vocal. So what we're going to do here is down here, this is Flux. And essentially, I guess the easiest way to describe it is it adds that tape saturation distortion sound. So we'll play a male vocal here.
1 in a million, but I found you, and all the signs have pointed to you. The way you walk and the way you dress makes you stand out, baby, from the rest.
So you can see it's like a thick and warm distortion. It doesn't get like, you know, real bitey and high end. So that's a great thing to do. And obviously you can add a little bit of, you know, maybe we'll go for the slapback.
In a million, but I found you, and all the signs have pointed to you.
So right there, you know, with one plugin, you know, you can already do, you know, a couple different things with your one single plugin. So one of the things that I think I didn't even realize how much of a difference this tape machine makes. Now I use it on my master bus, which is what we're doing right now. It's on our master bus. and how much this really changes the sound of things. So right here, I just have a kick drum that I was making my own samples, and making my own samples, you generally want to keep it as dry as possible. And I forgot to take off the tape machine on the master bus when I was mixing them down. And when I did, I didn't like the kick drum sound anymore. So let's take a listen to how different it makes this kick drum and how much energy and like fullness it adds. So this is with it on. And that's with it off. Now, in my opinion, I mean, that really changes the sound of that kick drum. And I actually only liked it with the tape machine on. So I ended up leaving it, and it was part of the sample. One of the final things that, I really like to do with, the tape machine is it's kind of well known to put on drums. It helps get rid of some of those initial really quick, sharp transients that drums have. And because the tape is a little slower, it kind of rounded a lot of that stuff out, which is why recording drums on a tape machine was such a great thing. So here I just have a drum track already mixed down in stereo, and we'll we'll reset this, and you can link these together so that when you turn up the record level, it actually drops down the playback. So essentially input and output, it's adjusting as you turn both knobs. So let's take a listen to these drums. So as you can see, it really reacts to the the transients of drums, especially anything that has a lot of attack to it. And once again, you can use the tape speed to get rid of some of the brightness. Get some really distorted drums. Now, obviously, that's really overkill, but maybe, for an effect or something, it'd be really cool to do on, I don't know, some sort of transition between, parts of songs. And then the final thing that I like to do is if I'm really trying to, maybe I'm trying to take an acoustic guitar and make it sound like it actually was recorded on a reel-to-reel, 60 years ago. You can use this knob here. This is like the Wow Flutter. As you can tell, it's not super noticeable, but it's making almost like a tremolo sound. And then the last thing you can do is actually just physically add noise. So maybe, if you really are trying to make this sound like a sample and you want to cut it up. So you can kind of like almost take the quality and take the, the perfection out of the performance and, just kind of screw things up and have fun with, making your tracks sound just different and having fun with effects. So that is all I have for the Kramer tape machine. This is by Waves. And I really, really love this plugin. There's obviously so much you can do with just this one plugin. Not to mention there's quite a bit of presets that are already on here. So Once again, guys, I'm Ryan Weezna. We are here at True Sound Studios, and True Sound Studios is in your ears.